In this video clip, I will show you how you can view the species properties for a project. So to start, please open the project that we've been using in the tutorial. If you click on File, it should be in the list of recently opened projects. So in my case, it's this project here at the top of the list. If I click on that, it will open the project. To see the species properties, if we click on Species from the menu, we have a list of different ways that we can look at the species. First of all, we could say Edit Project Database. If I click on that, you'll see I get the Editing Project Database dialog window. So we can change any of the species, we can add species to this, but please do note that any changes that you make to the species database will only be loaded into the project the next time you close and open the project. You can also edit the default database in the same way. Click on Species again, we get Copy Database Data. So if I click, what happens with that is if I click on it, it makes a copy of all the data that's in your species database. And you can then copy that into another bit of software, for instance, into Excel. So if I go into Excel, I go here to Sheet 1, and if I paste that, there you can see we've now got a list of all the data that's in our species database. For instance, carbon monoxide, that was the species that we added in one of our previous exercises, and there's all the data for that. It's a gas, the molecular weight, the heat of formation, the entropy, ideal gas density, etc. So that's just a dump really of all the information that's in your species database. Clicking on Species again. The next one down is View Properties. This window allows you to view the calculated properties of all of the species in the project. So I'm looking at the Thermo 1 tab, and you can see here's a list of all the species. If I click down, I can go down to all the solids. And what it does is it allows you to have a look at what's the properties as they're calculated at the temperature and pressure. So for instance, at the moment, I'm at 50 degrees Celsius in 1 atmosphere. And here you can see, for instance, for steam, I've got a CP of 2.31 and your enthalpy values as shown here. And there are your values for water down here, the CP of 4.18. So instead of 550 degrees Celsius, let me change it to something like 120 degrees Celsius. And there you will see your CPs have changed, your enthalpies have changed. We're now looking at those values at those temperatures and pressures. We're looking at the CP values, for instance, in kilojoules per kilogram. But if I right-click on that field, I can change the conversion and I can look at that in kilocalories per kilogram. So if I click on that, I'm now looking at the kilocalories. In addition to which, we're looking at the mass basis, but I could change it to look at the molecular basis. So if I just untick this box, you'll see now I'm looking at kilojoules per kilomole, and all those values are the molecular values. Clicking changes them back to the mass values. The Thermo 2 page is giving me my entropies, my Gibbs free energy, and so on. The vapors page gives me my vapor properties for all the vapors in my project, again at the temperatures and pressures that I specify. The liquids will give me the liquid properties, including if you have any density correction, boiling point elevation, solubility values. So for instance, if we have a look here at our copper sulfate, we're at 120 degrees at the moment, and you can see the boiling point elevation is 0.5346. If I go and I change this to, say, 50 degrees, then the boiling point is the same, but my density is now different. My solids will give the density at the temperature and pressure. On the definition page, we have the molecular weight of each of the species, plus the component name and the standard species info. Other just gives us our symbol and tags and the phases. And elements will give us the molecular weight of all the elements that are used in the project. In addition, we have this button here, Species Properties Reports, and this allows us to plot some of the properties in the species database against temperature, or pressure, or mass fraction for data fitting or validation. So for example, if I click on that, you'll see I get a list of all my species in the project here on the left-hand side. And here I can have functions that I want to tabulate. So let's have a look at that species that we added, carbon monoxide. And if I have a look at the density as a function of temperature. So if we go here, so density in degrees Celsius from 0 to 511 points, all at a pressure of 1 atmosphere. If I say copy to clipboard, and I copy that out, you see here copied 1 tables to clipboard. If I go into Excel, and I'm going to click on a new sheet, and I'll paste that value in. You'll see there, it's pasted how the density changes as a function of temperature. And I could now plot that as a graph. So if I click on that, we'll see there's a graph of the density as a function of temperature. So those are all pretty useful. I say done, and you could do that for any species. I hope that helps you with having a look at your species information in a SysCAD project.